Is your bathroom sink leaking underneath or worse? In this video, I'll show you how I replace this bathroom P-trap. No plumber required. If you got water dripping under the sink, bad sewer smells, this fix can save you hundreds of dollars. In this video, I'll show you how to remove a leaking P-trap, check washers and slip joint connections, replace a crack or corroded P-trap, proper alignment to prevent future leaks, and tips to avoid cross-threading and over-tightening while we're assembling this. Whether you're fixing a bathroom vanity sink, a pedestal sink, or a standard drain setup, this friendly video will take you through step by step. If you like practical DIY repairs that save real money, just like maintaining your own heating system, this one's for you. Why call a plumber when you can fix it yourself? So let's get started. Before I get started, I like to line everything up that I need so I don't have to stop midway just to go out and get another part. This is all you need to put this together. As far as tools, a pipe wrench, a pair of channel locks, a pair of gloves wouldn't hurt. And this is how we set it up. This right here is the J-bend. This is the wall tube. This J-bend, when it's connected to the wall tube, it's called a P-trap. If you were just changing this part right here, it'd be the J-bend. If you were just changing this part right here, it'd be the wall tube. In our case, you'll see down below how corroded everything was. We're changing everything. Now, here's something that might cause a little confusion. The tailpiece that's coming down, and I'll show you that when we get below, is 1.25 inches diameter. This J-bend is 1.5 inches. So that pipe fits in here with a little bit of slop. To remedy that, they have these slip joints with this reducer that goes on the tailpiece. When you tighten it down, it seals the connection over here. So that's the first one. If you purchase a set that doesn't come with this, and it should, but if it doesn't, I have a link down below where you can purchase these. Next, you have the J-bend connected to the wall tube. This has a slip nut on it. You'll put one of these washers in front of it, and you just tighten it up and it seals itself. Now, this wall tube, it's going to be a little long. I'm going to have to cut it. Where it goes into the stub out, the stub out is actually plastic. If it was metal, I would use the metal ring that came with it. But because it's plastic, I'm going to use the original plastic slip nut that was on there. So we'll discard this for now. We'll use this slip nut. It goes on first. Then the washer goes on. The washer goes on. And then you tighten it up. Now when you install these washers, you see these washers have a bevel? This is important. The bevel goes to the inside of the fitting where it's going to be connected. It goes this direction, and then that goes behind it this way. If you don't recall by the time you do this, right on the bag itself, it shows you how to install that right there. One other item that you'll need that I didn't mention before is a bucket to catch the water. In this case, there wasn't any water in my line. You can see this corroded right out. This just rotted right out. There was a little leak on the bottom, and as I was touching it, this just started crumbling, falling apart. Check this out. Look at this. Nothing to it. Now, placing this with the metal that was in there, you can go with plastic. That may be a better choice. I don't know. This sink was installed back in 1976, and it's been used. So 50 years of service before it finally gave, I don't think it owes us anything. Well, I mentioned up above that this pipe here is 1.25 inches. This is 1.5 inches. You'll put that slip nut with the reducer washer on it for the J-bend, and that'll make the connection. I'm going to piece this together, measure it out, then I'll be back to show you what we do next. We have the washer, reducer, the slip nut, now the J-bend. The J-bend has one side that's a little wider and the other side is reduced. J-bend has this side with the thread, and a little thicker side here that goes on to the tailpiece. Right now, we're not tightening this. We're just snugging it up a little bit to measure the tailpiece that has to go to the stub out. Now, when you tighten one of these slip nuts, it's very easy to cross thread them. You want to turn it. If it feels any snugness at all, back it off and start over again. Now let's get this other piece in here. Now there's a washer that has to go here, but for this, but for the purpose of measuring, but for now, we're just gonna tighten it up to measure to get the distance that we need. Keep in mind, we're just replacing parts that were already here. We're not installing a new sink, so we don't have to plumb our plumbing other than this measurement. Now, I should have went for the smaller tailpiece. It would have been about $3-4 less. I don't know why I got this one, but in my haste. So we're looking at over here that this roughly has to be cut right about. When cutting this, don't want to cut too short. We'll go from too long to too short. This piece has to go into here. So I'm going to cut it right about here. I should get, you know what? Let me cut a little on the long side. I can always take it down. Can't put it back. Let's screw this. I gotta get a little cloth to clean out in here. What I was talking about, this goes in. It doesn't go in that much. I thought it would go in more. But you know what? I have to clean this out. This should go in further than this. There we go. Oh wait, you know what? I might not even have to cut. No, I do have to cut. Look at that, just that little bit. Okay. So I'm going to mark this up, cut it, and then come back. Well, this went all the way in, so I'm just going to measure to get an approximate distance that I have to cut off. This is 2, can I read that ruler? Let's see. 2, and is that a half? I can't see. No, half is over here. It's 2 1/4 inches out, so I have to cut that. 2 1/4 inches brings it up to that, and then we have to measure. So this is what we'll do. We have 2 inches out. To get this on here like this, we have to have, it's 1 1/2 to 3/4, so 2 1/2 inches, 2 1/2. So we have 2 1/2 and 3/4. That would be 3 1/4 inches we should have to cut. I calculated we have to cut 3 1/4 inches off, and 3 1/4 inches brings it right about to where that line was before. Well, to play safe, I'm going to cut it just a little proud of that line, and if I have to, I'll trim it down. When you have to make the small cuts, they're really a hassle, but I'd rather have that hassle than go on and get another piece. To cut this pipe, you could use a tubing cutter, a hacksaw, an angle grinder with a cutting wheel. That's what I'm probably going to use. I knocked over the camera and you didn't get to see this. But to make a circle all the way around the piece, I got this piece of stiff paper. I wrapped it around like this so I can make an even line all the way around, so I can make an even cut. Well, the cut came out pretty good. I tried to straighten it out a little bit, and as I tried to straighten it out, I ended up butchering it. So much for a straight cut. But that said, once you have it cut, you want to make sure you get rid of all the burrs. I just used this razor, and it was enough to burr it all the way around. And I just went for 2 1/2 inches, took 2 1/2 inches off that piece. So now we get to assemble this. First thing I'm going to assemble is this wall tube to the stud out. Put the slip nut on first. Put the washer on. Okay, I got the washer on, slip nut. Like I mentioned, I'm using this plastic one because we go to a plastic pipe. Slipped it in. You want to make sure you're not cross-threading these threads. Okay, so I have this. Now that's on. Next, we'll get the J-bend. Okay, we have the J-bend, we have the washer on it. Don't forget, the washer, the bevel, goes to the piece that it's going into. Turn this just to get it started. Okay. Now, come around. Try not to knock this camera over again. And we have this piece right here. Just going to slide in. There we go. This is a tough position for me here. I got a nail and I'm under the cabinet. I just can't get a good feed on anything right now. I was having a little difficulty getting this nut on. I just loosened this nut up over here, pushed this in a little bit more, and she lined up perfect. Now you can see all these nuts are loose. Tighten them up by hand. Now, I couldn't show how to remove this in the beginning because mine was in pieces. So when you go to remove this, you want to have a bucket underneath, loosen this nut, this piece will come right out. If you have to take this piece off, it's just this one nut here. So 1, 2, 3 nuts hold it all together along with the washers that are on the inside. I'm going to hand tighten these now, give it just a little snug, get rid of this debris, turn the water on, and make sure she doesn't leak. Okay, let's see what we have.
Yeah.
Turn the hot water on. Let's see. So far, so good. I don't see anything. Let's fill a bucket with water. And we'll have the water run and put a bucket in there. There we go. Everything is dry. We got it. So that's a wrap. If you found this video entertaining, let me know. Post it in the comments down below. Give it a like. It does help. Well, if this video was of help, and it's not necessary, but if you would like to reciprocate, pass it along to someone else who might find it useful. Get it out there. Make a comment. Give a like. And if you need any of the parts, the links I provided are affiliate links, which provide a small commission for me. Helps me to keep the channel going, and I really appreciate it. And it's no extra cost to you. Just go to the link, it brings you to your Amazon account, do what you normally do, and it comes back to me. And I really appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe. Hit that Josie button, and not to miss my new videos as I upload them. Be sure to ring that bell. Until next time, stay safe.